Hey everybody, this is Kyle, aka AlienTube, and today I'm looking at something considerably outside my wheelhouse. This is the Zombie Go Boom Executioner 2.0. I've been working on getting my wife into the sword collecting hobby, and she seems to have taken a liking to the apocalyptic aesthetic. Not really my cup of tea, but that's okay. She asked me to do a review of her executioner, and the old saying is true: happy wife, happy life. So here we are. Zombie Go Boom is most well known for their zombie Ivan heads. These are cutting targets designed to mimic an actual skull. To the best of my knowledge, they don't make any blades themselves. The Executioner was the result of ZGB partnering with Condor Tool and Knife, a well-regarded machete and knife maker. We bought this sword with our own money at Cult of Athena. It's currently available for $125 US. Before I go any further, let me tell you a bit about myself. I'm an amateur collector of sword replicas. I have no martial arts training and have never cleaved a zombie head, though I've certainly done my fair share of it in games. I have no training in blacksmithing. I'm just a guy that likes sharpened rods of carbon steel. This review will be about the specific executioner we received. I don't know if it's representative of the entire production run, nor do I know if other ZGB or Condor products are similar. All I can really speak about is what I have first-hand experience with, this specific blade. Let's take a look at the Executioner's listing on Cult of Athena. I put up the measurements I took next to the listing. The advertised stats are pretty close to what I measured, except for the grip length, with over an inch difference. There's no pommel or guard on this sword. Machete? Machete sword? I'll just go with blade. The grip is made from two pieces of micarta riveted to the beefy full tang. There's a pre-drilled hole with what looks like a hollow pin, allowing the user to attach a lanyard or wrist strap if desired. It's very comfortable to hold, and the micarta allows me to keep a solid grip. The contours fit my hand well, and its shape, combined with the shape of the blade, makes indexing easy. I don't feel any hot spots or experience any discomfort when I swing it. I find the look of the handle, it's alright. It fits with the theme, and it's well crafted. It's just not really my style, but it does nail the look it's going for. Moving on to the sharpened rod of high carbon steel. It's a single-edged beast of a chopper. With its dramatic clip point, it looks inspired by the classic Bowie knife to me. It's got a big belly to aid in cutting and chopping. The spine is actually a little thinner than I expected, at 3.2 millimeters throughout the entire blade except right at the tip. With the blade closing in on 2 feet long, I suppose it can't be too thick at the spine if the balance is going to be at all usable. To help illustrate this, here's a picture comparing the Executioner's spine with a much smaller kukri. You can see the kukri has a spine that's at least twice as thick as the Executioner's. The majority of the blade is finished in a faux worn appearance that looks right for an apocalyptic blade. I wish it had an authentic rough forged look instead, however. I think it would be even more appropriate for the apocalypse. The bevel for the edge starts where you see the bare steel. From the spine to this spot, the blade keeps uniform thickness at the aforementioned 3.2 millimeters. Then it starts tapering into the edge. I would describe the convex edge as Appleseed geometry. It has a curve and it feels like there's plenty of meat to help the durability. On a katana, I believe it would be called Niku. So, if you're prepping for the zombie apocalypse, what do you want out of your sword, blade, machete, whatever you want to call it? I'd say you want something that's easy to carry, cuts easily without requiring a lot of skill, and is tough and durable. Looking at those in order, the Executioner comes with a riveted nylon sheath that includes a button tab and grip strap to keep the blade from falling out. This sheath conforms to the shape of the blade well, is quite light at 6 ounces, 176 grams, and also has a belt loop. There's not much else to say here. Easy to carry? Check. How does it cut? Let me get my standard disclaimer out of the way first. I'm a novice when it comes to swordsmanship. I have no training, and I'm well aware my form is poor. Any failed cuts are almost definitely my fault, and not the Executioner's. That being said, I feel like I'm the perfect candidate to test this blade out. When the zombie apocalypse happens, how many of us are going to be trained in swordsmanship? Well, actually, I'd guess most of the people watching this, but that's beside the point. A good weapon for surviving hordes of zombies is, in my opinion, one that doesn't require nuanced technique. That's not to say good technique wouldn't greatly improve its efficacy, but it shouldn't require it. I was pleasantly surprised at how well this blade cuts. I didn't expect much out of it, both because of its low price tag and, honestly, my inherent bias against the apocalyptic stylings. The Executioner took my misgivings and cleaved them to pieces, along with some water bottles and pool noodles. It took me a couple of tries before I got the hang of using it, but after about 2 swings I was cutting imaginary zombies down by the hordes. My amateur technique was no hindrance to the Executioner. It made cutting easy and fun. Before moving on, I want to show what I found to be the best way to grip the Executioner. Holding it with my thumb resting on the spine where the grip flares out near the blade gave me the best results. As a side note, it can be used two-handed, but it's pretty awkward. Unless you happen to have tiny hands like my wife. She prefers the two-handed grip. So, easy to wield and cut with? Check. Lastly, durability. I'm not one to do destructive tests, at least not on blades I've spent money on, so the most I can do is speculate. The blade feels sturdy and the construction seems sound. The edge is quite sharp, but with enough meat behind it that I'm pretty confident it will hold up to zombie killing quite well. That said, I couldn't go without some kind of test. Tough and durable? Check. When the zombie apocalypse comes, what kind of blade do you want? A namby-pamby, delicate, stabby thing like a rapier? What use is that against a horde of ravenous undead hungry for your flesh? What you need is a heavy-duty chopper, something that will cleave a zombie head in two without missing a beat. You need the Executioner. All joking aside, Zombie Go Boom and Condor have impressed me with this blade. It's actually quite fun to use, very effective, and overall I think it's priced very well. If you're looking for a budget option to get an apocalyptic-themed weapon, you could do a lot worse than the Executioner. Thank you for watching and enduring my goofy ramblings. I hope you enjoyed the review. If you'd like to see more, please consider giving a like and subscribe. Alien Toot out.